Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll show you how you can use Xlookup. Most of you guys, I think, are familiar with Vlookup since it's one of the most used functions in Excel. And as a matter of fact, in my old job, we measured employees' aptitude for Excel by asking if they knew how to do Vlookup and also work with pivot tables. Well, in 2019, Microsoft released Xlookup for Office 365 users. Xlookup is a successor to Vlookup and Xlookup, and it's versatile in that it can look both vertically and horizontally, and it addresses some of the limitations of its predecessor, like being able to look up values to the left.
I'm not an ambi-turner. I can't turn left.
So if you're still using Vlookup, watch this tutorial and start using Xlookup today. Let's look at Xlookup function in its most basic form. Xlookup is of course the function, lookup value is what you're looking for, lookup array is where to find it, and return array is what to return. So this is a table with a list of stores. Let's say we have the store name and want to find out which city it's in. We'll type in Xlookup, then select the lookup value, which is the store name. Then select the lookup array, or where the store names are listed. And lastly, select the return array, or where the city names are listed. And that's it. Let's test this out. Super simple. Now, how would you have done this in Vlookup? We'd start out the same by selecting the lookup value, then select the whole table, then count the column for the return array, then specify whether we want an exact match. So it's a little more complicated than Xlookup with few additional steps, but not terrible. But how about if we have the return array sitting to the left of the lookup array? For example, let's say we have the store ID, we want to find out the store name. How would we do this in Vlookup? We can't, or at least not without some workaround. Xlookup will handle this in a simple and straightforward way. Exactly the same as before, just select the lookup value, select the range of cells for the lookup array, then select the range of cells where the return array is. Xlookup doesn't care where the return array is in relation to the lookup array. In fact, Xlookup can look up and match values horizontally as well. Let me show you. Here we have the sales, customer traffic, and sales conversion data by month. This time, we're working with a dataset that hasn't been converted to a table. Let's say we want the sales conversion value for a specific month. We can enter any month here just so that we can validate the formula. Type Xlookup, then select the lookup value, then the lookup array. And finally, the return array. And there you go. If we change the month, it returns the corresponding conversion. Here's one more thing. We can select multiple contiguous return arrays if we want. It'll just drop the value in the adjacent column. Okay, now let's look at the optional arguments to see how we can use them. The first optional argument is if not found. If your lookup value is not found in the lookup array, by default, it'll display a £n/a. I personally get confused when I get this error. I always second guess if my formula is wrong. To eliminate this confusion and for better readability in general, we can specify what text to return when the matching value is not found in the lookup array. Just enter any text enclosed in double quotations. We'll just use the text no match. Now if you search for a value that doesn't exist in the lookup array, it'll simply display no match. The second argument specifies the match mode options. 0 is for exact match, so if none is found, it'll return the NA error. This is the default, so if this is the option we want, we don't need to specify it. Enter -1 for when no exact match is found, it'll return the smaller item, and then simply put 1 for the next larger item. Let's take a look at some examples. We have the 2021 tax bracket for the United States. For a married couple earning $19,900 or less, the income tax will be 10%. Between $19,901 to $81,050, it'll be 12%, so on and so forth. So let's say we want to find the tax rate for a couple making $100,000 a year. Well, that value is not anywhere in the lookup array. So if we simply use the basic Xlookup function with the default match mode, it'll return an error. So let's add the optional argument and instruct it to return the next larger item. We'll skip over the if not found argument by just entering a comma, and in the match mode, we'll add a 1. Now $100,000 falls in this income range, so yes, 22% is the correct tax bracket. If you wanted to return the next smaller value, we would simply use minus or -1 instead. The third argument specifies the search mode options. 1 performs a search starting at the first item, and this is the default option, so you don't need to specify. And -1 performs a reverse search starting at the last item. So this table shows the list of stores sorted by their store opening dates. If you want to find the store opening date for Aventura, it shows July 26, 98. But notice there's another record with the same store name. It seems that the old store in Aventura actually closed and a new one was opened in 2017. So in a case like this, we want to find a match that performs the search starting with the last item. This will ensure that we capture the newer store. Let's add a -1 to the search mode argument. And there we have it. It shows March 8th, 2017. There's a lot you can do with Vlookup. Hopefully you see the benefit of using this over Vlookup. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks and bye for now.